Do you know what truly separates the wealthy from the broke? It's not fancy cars, big houses, or designer clothes. It's the decisions they make when no one is watching. Most people chase the illusion of wealth, spending on things that make them look rich. But what if I told you that the habits that seem cheap or poor are actually what build real wealth? In this video, you'll discover 10 things that society often labels as poor, but are actually secret weapons of the rich. Stay till the end because every point is important and millionaires do, but almost nobody talks about. Subscribe the Wealthy channel and let's get started. Number 1. Renting instead of buying. Owning a home is often seen as the ultimate financial milestone, but here's what no one tells you. Buying isn't always the smartest move. Meanwhile, the wealthy understand that renting can be a power move. It keeps cash liquid, provides flexibility, and allows them to invest in higher return opportunities. Your house is not an asset, it's a liability if it doesn't make you money. The real financial mistake. Locking yourself into an expensive mortgage just to feel like you've made it while sacrificing better investment opportunities. Renting isn't throwing money away. Buying the wrong thing is. If you're drowning in mortgage debt with no investment capital left, you've traded true wealth for an illusion of security. The rich don't care about owning for the sake of it. They care about growing their wealth. Number 2. Living in a home below your means. Everyone dreams of a big house, but what no one tells you is that a bigger house comes with bigger problems. Higher mortgage payments, sky-high property taxes, massive utility bills, and let's not forget the never-ending maintenance costs. People stretch their finances to buy a house they can barely afford, trapping themselves in a 30-year mortgage while struggling with daily expenses. Congratulations, you're house rich but cash poor. A study found that nearly 40% of homeowners would go into debt for a $1,000 emergency expense. Buy a home that fits your needs, not your ego. Jeff Bezos lived in a modest one-bedroom house when he started Amazon. He focused on growing his empire instead of paying for unnecessary square footage. Renting and investing the difference is often the smarter move. Owning a home should give you freedom, not financial stress. Before you buy, ask yourself, do I want a house that impresses others or a bank account that impresses me? Number 3. Wearing simple clothes versus being a walking billboard. People think wearing expensive brands makes them look successful, but in reality, they're just paying to advertise someone else's name. The biggest irony? Millionaires wear the simplest outfits, while broke people rush to buy Gucci belts on credit. Spending $300 on a t-shirt when the same quality exists for $30. Research shows that people who chase designer brands are often more financially insecure. Focus on quality, not branding. Steve Jobs wore the same black turtleneck every day while building Apple. Meanwhile, people struggling with debt are buying $1,000 Louis Vuitton bags. Who's really winning? Would you rather wear wealth or own wealth? Stop making fashion brands rich. Start making yourself rich. Number 4. Cooking at home versus paying for overpriced meals. People mock those who bring homemade lunches, but guess what? They're saving thousands per year while restaurant goers are throwing money away. Eating out feels convenient, but what you're really doing is paying 5x more for something you could make at home for a fraction of the cost. Americans spend an average of $3,500 per year eating out. Over 30 years, that's over $100,000. Enough to buy a rental property. Cook 80% of your meals at home. Invest what you save into something that actually builds your future. Kevin O'Leary, Shark Tank, lived on $3 pasta meals when starting his business. Today, he's worth $400 million. Every restaurant meal is a lost opportunity. Would you rather eat fancy today or retire rich tomorrow? Number 5. Avoiding luxury brands because the rich don't buy logos. Society has sold us a lie that wearing a $1,000 designer logo somehow proves success. But here's the irony. Many of the wealthiest people don't flaunt brand names. They let their bank accounts do the talking. Studies show that 60% of high-income earners live paycheck to paycheck, partly due to lifestyle inflation. The truly wealthy are flexing investments that make them richer over time. If you're spending to impress, ask yourself, would you still buy it if no one could see it? Redirect that money into things that grow your wealth, not just your closet. Number 6. saying no to expensive social gatherings. Most people won't admit it, but a huge chunk of their paycheck is spent on keeping up appearances. Dinners at overpriced restaurants, luxury club memberships, and extravagant trips just to fit in. The problem? This endless cycle of spending is robbing them of financial freedom. A $200 night out might seem harmless, but repeat that twice a week, and you've burned over $20,000 a year, money that could have been invested, grown, and worked for you. Instead of spending on fleeting experiences to impress others, redirect your money into assets, skill building, or even launching a side hustle. If your friendships depend on extravagant spending, it's time to rethink your circle. True wealth is having the power to say no today so you can say yes to financial freedom tomorrow. Number 7. Using coupons and discounts, because smart money moves are never embarrassing. Some people think using coupons or asking for discounts makes you look cheap. But the wealthiest people in the world never overpay. Successful people know this well. Take Sarah, who once splurged mindlessly but later realized that small savings added up. She started using cashback apps, negotiating better deals, and investing the difference. 5 years later, she had enough to start her dream business. Every dollar you save is a dollar you can invest. Wealth isn't about how much you earn. It's about how much you keep and grow. Smart people play the long game. Broke people avoid discounts but chase paycheck-to-paycheck lifestyles. Which one will you be? Number 8. Driving an old paid-off car. Imagine this. You're driving down the street in a shiny new luxury car. Heads turn and you feel a rush of temporary admiration. But here's the truth many overlook. That car might be driving your financial future into a ditch. Buying flashy vehicles on credit is a common mistake that drains your wealth silently. It's like dressing up a credit card debt as a symbol of success. In reality, the monthly payments and depreciation are silently eating away at your financial stability. Appearances deceive. Society pressures us to flaunt material wealth, often at the expense of our financial health. Authoritative voices whisper, "You are what you drive," urging us to swap long-term security for short-lived status symbols. Consider driving a reliable, paid-off vehicle and redirect the savings towards investments or debt repayment. Embrace delayed gratification, knowing that true wealth is built on solid financial foundations, not showroom floors. Number 9. Prioritizing learning over earning. Sam, a college dropout, spent years learning digital marketing instead of chasing a dead-end job. He started freelancing, built his own agency, and now earns 6 figures because he mastered a valuable skill. A high salary today means nothing if you don't have the skills to sustain and multiply wealth. The rich understand that every book, course, or mentor they invest in compounds their future earnings. If you prioritize earning over learning, you'll always be working for money instead of making money work for you. Number 10. Living simply. Richest people know a secret. True wealth comes from financial discipline, not reckless spending. Morgan Housel writes in The Psychology of Money, "Wealth is what you don't see." Many fall into the trap of spending every dollar they earn just to appear rich, leaving them broke and stuck in a cycle of debt. Simple living isn't about sacrifice, it's about strategy. The rich prioritize freedom over flexing, while the broke chase appearances and stay trapped. Do you want to look wealthy or be wealthy? Remember, it's not about looking rich, it's about being rich. Success is about consistency, not just watching this one video. Dive into our past content to understand the bigger picture, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful financial strategies. We're creating content specifically to help you master the money game and achieve financial freedom. Thank you for joining us. See you in the next one.